fact, in 1774, the first time Congress ever got together, the first thing that they did was pray. Right? And if you read the letter from John Adams to his wife Abigail, they were prolific writers. If you read their letters from that time in 1774, John Adams said, hey, we prayed. We asked God to give us wisdom, asked God to give us discernment. And then he said, we read Scripture. He writes home to Abigail, he said, read that psalm, read that 35th psalm. He said, read it to your friends and read it to your father. Why read it to your father? Because Abigail's father was the pastor back in Massachusetts, and that was the time, if you wanted to get information out to the rest of the community, you gave it to the pastor, and they would get it out. And so he said, read that psalm. The founding fathers in 1774, the first time Congress got together, was so inspired by what they read in Psalm 35 that John Adams said, hey, read it to everybody in your community so you can be inspired as well. And then they also appointed a fast. Right? And why did they appoint a fast? Because John Adams wrote to his wife, so that millions will be upon their knees before their Creator, imploring God's assistance and His counsel in arms, right? And so the first time our founding fathers ever got together, they prayed, they read Scripture, and they fasted, right? So pretty incredible to think that was the heritage. And then people later on say there had to be a complete separation of church and state.